here also. Oh, Benita from Singapore.
Hi,
Benita,
Toiting. How are you?
hi.
Hi, Nilima.
Hello, everyone. I would like to request everyone to mute now, so because we want to start exactly on time, because it's late night for some and too early for some, and we just want to make sure we do it on time and end it on time. We have 1 more minute.
Okay, so I don't see any UNS cap here, so let me call them. Just a moment.
Okay, namaste to everyone. I am Nilima Bosnet, your first Vice President, United Nations for the year 2017 to 2024 to 2027. This is our first meeting, and I've tried to make sure that everything is covered so that everybody knows who's doing what. And so that next meeting, it will be a lot easier for everyone to, help each other, and especially to our 30 standing committee members who needs to find a way how to get engaged with the UN matters. So start with this. Today, President Diana could not attend because she is not feeling well after returning from Malta. Now, I would like to request our UN representative of UNESCO, Mary Claude, uh, 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 to
Read.
now collect, please. Mary Claude, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Nelima. Keep us, O God, from pettiness. Let us be large in thought, in word, in deed. May we put away all pretense and meet each other face to face, without self-pity and without prejudice. May we never be hasty in judgment and always generous. Let us take time for all things. Make us to grow calm, serene, and gentle. Teach us to put into action our better impulses, straightforward and unafraid. Grant that we may realize that it is the little things that create differences, that in the big things of life we are at one, and may we strive to touch and to know the great common human heart of us all. And oh Lord God, let us forget not to be kind. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary Claude. The next slide is about myself. I'm a BPW UK, USA, and Malaysia member, and I'm professionally an architect. And I've already served as a young BPW international representative in the past. So I look forward working with everyone. And today we have to recall our founder, Dr. Lena Madison Phillips, who actually started the BPW International 95 years ago, and we are celebrating 95th anniversary this August at Malaysia during the Asia Pacific Regional Conference on 26th of August. And I would recommend everybody to buy this book online, which you can buy in Amazon. And also, these are the pictures that I think every one of us familiar with, how women 95 years ago came together to make this world a better place. And exactly 80 years ago, UN came together. All the UN countries, 52 states actually came together, and during that time, only 4 were women there. And one of the thing about UN is, even after 80 years of establishment of UN, we still don't have any women secretary general. All the 8 secretary generals are men. And we all know why UN was formed. The basic was to make sure that there is peace in the world, and obviously we all know there is no peace in the world right now. And everybody needs to understand that there is a UN system. This is especially for our new UN Standing Committee members to understand that our role is only in the third one, that's the Economic and Social Council. That's where we are aligned to, and the 6 main bodies are the General Assembly, Security Council, Economic and Social Council, Trusteeship, and International Court and Secretariat. But Economic and Social Council is the only place where we as a BPW have our consultative status. And therefore, UN headquarters where we have BPW representatives. And there are other funds and programs, and out of all the UN, socialized agencies, we have representatives in FAO, ILO, UNESCO, WHO, UNIDO, and there are other bodies as well, like UNHCR and UN Women, which are our partner organization, and also ITC is something that BPW has been partnering for a really long time. So talking about the history of BPW at UN, I think it's we were the first. A lot of NGOs who actually obtained the consultative status in 1947 due to Isterheimer. And this is one of the book I would recommend everyone to buy it. I have it with me. And this is the book that the President Office also has it, and they will be selling in all the regional conference. We sold a lot during the Malta conference. And this book also makes us understand that a single woman can, with her hard work, can make a lot of difference in the world. And this is something each and every one of us can make a difference in the world. And it's written by our late Sylvia Perry, whom we lost last month. And I would recommend everyone to have this book as, a reference to understand how your journey to the UN can continue. And looking at Economic and Social Council, you can see that we have the Secretary General in the middle, but all the regional commissioners, all the 5 regions, has women regional commissioners, and women as regional commissions for the regional commission. One of the thing about the CSW this year was that all the major countries, like it started from Mexico, and all the countries committed that they are going to appoint the first women Secretary General next year, and hope that gets, that becomes in reality as well. And when it comes to Economic and Social Council, the current president is from Canada, and the next president from July it is going to be from Nepal. And these are the 5 regional commissions of ECOSOC, where we have our UN representatives. And in most of the places, the participation of BPW members who are not UN reps have been maximum in the last 6 months. And these are the commissions of ECOSOC. We have to understand that CSW is not the only one where BPW is all about, because that's what we say is BPW when it comes to UN CSW. But there are other places where we need to make an effort, and many other NGOs are making statements and attending it. And I would recommend every one of us, if it's possible, to attend those events. And these are governmental experts, expert bodies, and these are something that are done. And there are standing committees of ECOSOC, ad hoc, and other related bodies. But this is the main picture that all of us need to understand is, we work as a team to serve for our member. And whether we are in different positions, whether we are, UN reps or country reps or, expert, a standing committee, we are here to make things easy for our members. And this is something I would, recommend everyone to look at it, to make sure that you know where you stand and what is your role in this UN team. And starting with our BPW representatives at New York, we have 5 of them who are permanent one, but we do have 9 different passes. That one pass is like 3 month, is validity is 3 months, and that means we can have more UN representatives if there are more people who want to be part of different committees and part of the UN representation in New York. This is in Geneva, and this is in Vienna. This is in Nairobi. We only have 1 so far. And this is in UNSCAP. This is the regional commission. And, we have it in Latin America, Africa, and Southeast Asia, West Asia, sorry. And for, Europe, we still need to figure it out somewhat. And in the UN agencies, we have, for UNESCO, we have 3 of them. And for UNIDO, we have 2. And FAO, we have 3. And ILO is something we are working on. And WHRC is somebody who's already been appointed. And WHO is something that we have to work on to get our, status back. And for UNICEF, we have Jody Kin. And for UNDGC, it's, we have Tess Matto from New York. And then we have this member organizations that we have membership, like Organization American States, which is for North America and Latin America. And we have 2 representatives there. And this is the regional representatives that will be working with all of us, UN reps, and they will be dealing with the country reps. I have requested every country to appoint 2 UN representatives, one below 35, one above 35, so that, we have both the generation there, and they are the one who will be the focal point for all of UN reps to reach out to them if we want to reach out to Asia or Europe, North America. And this way, all the UN reps will be able to reach out to each and every club and federation. So you are not just here at UN making, at the UN office, but you will be visible in each club and federations. And this time we have 30 standing committee members. Normally it's 5 or 6 of them according to our constitution, but I think it's, we have a really big, number of members. Now together, I think we can do amazing thing, because there are a list of things that I would think that we can get it done this year because of the number of members that we have. And these are everyone from, most of them are from Europe, really few from North America, Latin America, and Asia also we have a pretty good number. And these are some of the names that were submitted in the beginning as an expert. So talking about international events, for CSW, we had more than 100 members. For ECOSOC Youth Forum, there were four of us. A high-level political forum that's happening in July, there are 7 people who have already registered. We tried for side event, but then we could not get it because we have to pay a lot of amount to actually get approved with the commission of, with the UN commissions of any country. And general assemblies that's taking place in September, only 1 or 2 passes allowed. With regarding COP30 that's happening in Brazil, this is something we are working on so that we can get passes, because we don't have the we don't have the status there. We have not applied, and we are working on applying it so we get it. And UN Ocean Conference is where 5 members from BPW are already attending. Their passes have already been applied for. And 4th International Conference on Finance is something that is happening in Spain, and we have Jenny, who's going to be a speaker, and BPW International is going to be one of the partner organization with the local UNESCO club in Nepal, whose side event was approved, and the UNESCO Nepal, which is leading this entire side event, is going to be our partner organization. And this is something I was really looking for partners, speakers from our BPW members. So we could not get anyone. So Jenny she lives in Spain, so she's attending it. So she's going to be one of representation. And I look forward that in future, more of our BPW members, they submit their name to be panelists. And the last one is the World Summit for Social Development that's happening in Qatar. And this is something we still have time to work on, and we'll make sure that we have a side event, because all these events that are happening are UN major events. And it would be really nice that BPW is organizing a side event so that our members are attending it at the same time. Our members are getting a platform to speak as a panelist. And talking about the Regional Sustainable Development Forum, which is the regional events that lead up to high-level political forum. We had maximum representation of BPW members at Bangkok, Thailand, and Lebanon. There were 4 of them. Geneva, there were 4 of them, and there were 2. Uganda and Chile. I think those were the places that we were not present. And there are functional commissions event that takes place every year, and many organizations, women organizations, do submit statement, but I just found out that we have not been submitting statement beside Commissioner Status of Women. And I think this is something I want our UN representatives to work together so that we also present ourselves in other commissions as well in future. And this is the regional commission events. I think most Bangkok and Geneva was attended by BPW members, the 3 of them who we were missing. And especially to all our BPW sisters who are right here at this event webinar, I would suggest you take the screenshot of this so that you start an account for yourself, and you can see the left side, all the UN offices, where if you just click it, you will find out all the events that's taking place. So any events that is relevant to your topic of what you are practicing or doing, it would be really easy for us to approve you so that there are ways in which the registration of the UN, for the UN takes place. Sometimes you register, you get the approval right away. Sometimes BPW International has to send a letter or something to you or to the secretariat to approve it. So when you register, make sure that you write International Federation of Business and Professional Women. Just don't click International Federation and just click anything, because sometimes when you do International Federation of, there are some other names that were clicked in the past, and many times people were waiting for the passes but did not receive it. So these are the major things I want all our members to understand. And talking about social media, this is something our communication person will be explaining later on, the reason why it's important that we post our presence at the UN events. It's not just for having our photo there, but it's also to make a statement to the global world, global stage, that we are visible and we are actively working to make sure that we are making a difference, whether attending it, whether submitting a report, whether organizing a side event. So this is something I would suggest everybody to use, is hashtag BPW International, hashtag United Nations, hashtag United BPW when you post anything related to event that you have attended. And please don't forget to send your photos so that our communication person can design it and post in our official social media. So yes, with this, I would just want to recall everything that I have nominated myself to run for this 3 years term. The first thing was to request our clubs and federations to appoint VPUN. And right now, I think many countries already has VPUN, but most of them has appointed, UN representatives. And regarding, for the federations and clubs to get ECOSOC status, Siobhan and Carol Shaw has already started that last month, and many countries are applying for it. And a third one was about providing easy access to the book written by Sylvia Perry. I have got hold of almost 300 books. And if anybody wants to buy it, it's, you can meet me or get it during any regional conference. And this is where I want all our UN representatives and UN standing committees to work on about UN mentorship program that we can start, so that we can understand ourselves as well as encourage our members to learn how the UN works. Because it's been a learning process for me and for most of us. And I think together we can make sure that we are well informed about how UN works. And SDG mentorship is something that I want our standing committee members to take lead on, so that it's not only about the report that we submit, but it's also about how we implement in our business, profession, and personal life. And regular webinar is something that will take place. And I look forward for collaboration with our members to work out and make sure that we make it a better webinars. And the seventh one was Youth 2030. It is called Working with and Young People to Achieve SDG by 2030. And I have made sure that in most of the UN offices, like for New York, we have New York, UNESCO, and most of the UN offices, we have young BPW members, because we can't talk about youth are futures. I believe that youth are present, and we need to start grooming them right now. So that's why you'll see youth in all the most of the UN offices. And maximum participation of BPW members of UN event to encourage them to work towards its implementation. And to prove that, in the last 6 months, we have had almost 150 members who have attended UN events physically, and virtually it's a completely different number. So another thing is about encouraging and telling our members to learn about the Constitution. What does standing committee members are supposed to do as a standing committee members? What our UN reps are supposed to do as UN rep? This is written in our Constitution and Procedure Manual, and please look at it so that you know what your responsibility and what you have signed up for. And finally, is to promote twinning. There are projects that's taking place around the world, and those projects could be, initiatives could be implemented in different parts of the world. And this is something I want to work together with the Standing Committee and UN reps, because you know more about what, UN you have been doing for the last many years, and let's make sure that we do it together in future as well. And with this, I want to end my presentation, and I'll share this presentation in the email so that you get details of everything that I you have missed out. So with this, I want to thank you. And next, I would like to request Susan O'Malley or anyone from UN New York to present your presentation on behalf of UN New York, please. Susan O'Malley, I think.
Susan, you're muted.
Yeah. Okay. That was so impressive, Nalima. I learned a lot and I want to review it. So let me just say a little bit. I'm a retired English professor and union organizer. I've been working with the UN for 20, I think 20 years. I retired and in the following September, I was vice president, vice chair of CSW, NGO CSW. Having taught Shakespeare and women's studies, that was a big jump to suddenly be in the leadership of NGO CSW. I have loved it. I'm still an advisor. I conducted the election that just got Emily as a member, and I am so thrilled. Emily Van Vleck is now a member of the executive committee of NGO CSW. So we're well represented there. So my concern, because it's interesting, and I love the work that you're doing, Nalima. I've been much more concerned about working with NGOs. That's where my heart really is. How to get people, NGOs together, working to make to improve the UN. But first, what I want to say about Emily. Now that Emily is on the executive committee, she will be working with Zonta, Feminist Task Force, Sir Optimus International, the Red Dot Foundation, the Baha'i International Community, the International Center for Research on Women, and also Buddhist Soka Gake. So that will get her and us really more connected with NGOs. All right. I do want to say I was fascinated about the special status of the BPW. If you say BPW at the UN, they don't know what you're talking about. The first year I only said BPW, and finally at the end of the year they said, "Uh-oh," it says, "Can you hear me all right? I hope so." They finally told me that they didn't know what BPW was.
I can't hear anything. What about the
I
others?
can't hear anything either.
I think it dropped off.
Okay.
Okay.
I think Susan's have bad signal.
What?
We can hear you now, Susan. Carry on.
you
Okay,
can.
you're back. You're back now.
Okay. All right. I want to say, in terms of the special status of International Federation of Business and Professional Women, I didn't know the second one that you said, Nilima. I have always seen it. Our special status means that when I do or BPW does its annual report, we get more words than other people because we have special status and we have that because we're such an old NGO. But the second part I want that you told me, Nalima, I want to understand better so that I can use it. I think it's important that I report a little bit about a very big meeting that happened with UN Women yesterday. So it's the Beijing Plus 30 Platform for Action. We met yesterday. There were 380 participants from 21 countries. And it's the future of CSW that is being discussed. This was worked on by UN Women. 159 member states worked on it. And what it is doing is revising CSW. As far as we know, we are told that CSW will be in New York next year, although that is up for discussion a lot. But instead of our every year going and doing an outcome statement and negotiating this or whatever, or being part of influencing member states, they are focusing this on 6 things. And this has been worked on, it's very interesting, been worked on by member states, NGOs, and the UN entities, which UN Women and other entities. Okay, and so they're focusing on 1, digital revolution, 2, freedom from poverty, 3, zero violence.
Seem to have lost Susan again.
Can't hear anything.
Susan, you are muted.
Okay, all right. All right, so also climate justice, peace and security, women in full and equal decision making. That's what is now focused on instead of doing the same Beijing platform for action. I can I can send you all of these notes, Nilima, I think would make sense. But what I like very also, it's looking at partnerships with the UN system, member states, youth, civil society, private sector, and philanthropy. So it's expanding very much the scope. Member states are collaborating, which is wonderful. They're very eager to work with us more at the country level so things can come up more and be less top down. I think that's very, very important. Bolstering the role of civil society. Let's see, what else do I want to say about it? They're deciding that every 5 years, CSW will be outside New York City. Every 5 years. That's that the outcome document. I've been kind of fed up with the outcome document because I managed to get stuff in it, but it's never implemented, and it just seems to be repetitive. So they're saying it's going to be more action-oriented, focused, time-bound, measurable, actionable, strengthen communicating, and focus on violence against women and girls, which is so, so critical. All right, what else? Much more focus on implementation, monitoring, accountability. I was so excited one year that I got in the outcome document stuff about widows and land ownership, and it was there, but it's never been implemented or implemented. There needs to be more engagement with regional commissions.
I think we have to move on because we can't hear Susan, we can't hear you. And I think we have distributed 3 to 5 minutes each UN representatives. And I think we are running 10 minutes now. Is that it, Shiva? Yeah.
Yes.
No, yeah. No, we can't hear you, Susan. Yeah, you are already.
It silences me. Okay. I think it's very important that we take a look at and understand the roles of what NGOs do, member states, and UN entities, that this is very important, that the member states make the decisions. We do not, although we can influence them. Okay, so that's one. That I I think in the future, NGOs are going to be extremely important as it gets more chaotic at the UN, and there's a lot of chaos in terms of the future of the UN that is being discussed. I think in many ways, NGOs are the conscience of the UN. I once had a great idea, went to UN Women. They said, that's a great idea, but we can't do it. But you can because you're an NGO and that you can organize and move things forward. We are so dependent on budgets. Member states say we have to go to capital and they have to give us the okay. So there needs to be a discussion of how we can be most effective as an organization among NGOs, and we can be. And I do think we can promote the UN in very, very important ways. And I think, Nalima, in many ways, you've started that process, and I thank you. Okay.
Thank you, Susan. And we look forward to meeting you at CSW 70. And you and New York will be the one responsible for all the side events, everything, and making us, feel home when we are at New York. And I think Emily has a huge role to play there. And besides her, we have Francesca, we have Nermin, who is in the Committee of Migration, and we have Judy, Tesmato, everyone there at New York, and also Helena. So we look forward to everyone meeting at New York. Next, I would like to call upon Doris Gerber, who is our UN representative, main representative for Geneva, and I would request everyone to please make it 3 to 5 minutes so that we can end things on time, because there are 20 to 30 speakers and it will take forever if we continue more than 5 minutes. Thank you so much.
Okay, and thank you, Nilima. I have a very short presentation, and you already said quite a lot of what I would like to say. Then I think will be not so long. I just want to share my screen, but I have to open the my presentation, but I have so many documents opened. Sorry. Okay, can you see the presentation?
Yes, that's coming up.
Yes, we see.
Okay, okay. Then we are not so numerous representative in Geneva. I just have some information, but I will go through that very quick, because Nilima gave all the details already. We have a specialized agency in Geneva, UN program and fund, functional commission, and regional economic commission. And there is really a lot meeting and session in Geneva. We are supposed to attend all this meeting and make a report as UN representative. Sometimes it's not very easy, because here you can see almost all the commission, all the committee who have a meeting in Geneva. From January to May this year, we have only with the most important commission and committee, we have 17 sessions. And from June to December, we will have 24 sessions. I'm also working for professional working. I have to work, then I'm not able to attend all this meeting, because if we want to attend all the meeting, is a full-time work, and is really difficult. At the moment, I focus on the Committee on the Elimination of Discrimination Against Women, the CEDAW. CEDAW is 3 sessions per year, 3 weeks each session, and we have the possibility to have to take 5 or 2 minutes during the session if we have prepared in advance and send our reports to the committee, but we have to work in advance at least 6 months or 1 year in advance. Here, this is what we have in the first part of the year. We have the CEDAW 90th session on February. I attend most of the meeting with Chulawat. Here you can see that we were in the room, meeting room. For the next coming session is a CEDAW on June 16th of June until 4th of July. And the last session of the year will take place on October. I will attend the opening meeting together with Chulawat, and she will attend the first week and I will attend the second week. Regarding the October, still we don't organize these, but if any of you has information regarding one of the country who has to present their report to the CEDAW, if you have a very important information, maybe you can just inform me, and we can try to ask the other NGO to make a short report if it's possible. Here, this is a UN representative you already have seen from the slide from Nilima, and I think Michelle is also was the representative of WHO, but as you said already, Nilima, the status as WHO is in moment on standby. I think they have a lot of issue, and the NGO representation will be not the first priority of them.
Your time is up, Doris.
Okay, then I'm finished.
Thank you so much, Doris.
Thank you.
Next, okay. Many of you know that Jenny has sent us this video that she's the main rep of Vienna, but we also have another representative from Vienna, Christina, who's here and would like to present. So, Christina, the floor is yours.
Hello, thank you. Well, if you want to show the video of Jenny, you can do that as well. But I can do the presentation. Do you hear me?
Yes, we do.
Can you hear me? Yes, okay. 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 So the UN office in Vienna, well, it's one of the 4 headquarters, of course, of the United Nations, and there are 3 main organizations in Vienna. It's the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, and then there is the UNIDO, the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, and the IAEO, International Atomic Energy Agency. The Vienna representatives, we work at the moment on 4 committees. Maybe you can show the next slide. Thank you. We are on the Aging Committee, Peace Committee, Sustainable Development, and Status of Women. At the moment, we are in the process of organizing ourselves, because we are a quite new group. The UN Vienna representatives, we are organizing ourselves at the moment who will be in which committee. At the moment, Rita Asonia, she's the vice chair in the Committee on Aging and also the treasurer in the Committee on Peace. And she is also participating in all of these committees, and I am at the moment in the Aging Committee. But soon things will change a little, and then we will specialize. These are the events that have been taken place since January. I won't read them out loud. You can have a look at them yourselves. We have the same issue like they have in Geneva. We don't have time to attend all the meetings. Yeah, otherwise it would be a full-time job to do it. But we try to attend some of the meetings. Yeah, and then, of course, we report within the group. These are the events to come. Well, we did have, just want to mention, we did have just recently, last week actually, a side event on guardianship risks, how to prevent abuse. And one of our Vienna members, Stella Kamitzi, did a presentation on guardianship challenges, protecting the older persons with mental incapacitation from exploitation and neglect. And it was very interesting. Yeah, there were 5 speakers on this side event, and it's always good, you know, when we prepare side events and if there is a speaker from BPW. So it was really good last week. Then, yeah, well, the events to come in September, International Day of Older Persons, in March and May next year. We plan again to do 2 side events during the 2 commissions with the participation of, again, BPW experts. And yeah, and there is a webinar for BPW members about the work of UN Vienna on women-related topics, if there is an interest. And the last slide shows our group, our team. Rita Sonia, I mentioned her before, and myself, we are both located in Austria. Then Jenny, who cannot be with us today, but she sent the video. She is in the Philippines, but also in Europe quite often, in Spain and in Austria. And then Stella Kamitzi from Cyprus and Marianne Pontone from Germany. So that's our report.
Thank you so much. Next, I would like to request whoever. Do we have anyone from UN Nairobi, please? If not, the floor goes to UNSCAP, Narudi, the main representative, please.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, good evening from Bangkok. I would like to request Toi Ting Jularat to please present the PowerPoint on the screen so everyone
Okay,
can see,
just a
please.
moment, please.
I'll take only a few minutes. Okay. We've been quite active in Asia Pacific for UNSCAP. Up
Did
until
you see my
now,
screen?
not yet.
Oh,
Since the beginning of the
just
year until now, we have already seven events happening, and a few more coming in the second half of the year. Still not see the PowerPoint yet.
okay. Just a second, please. Share. Did you see anything? Movement?
No, not yet.
What about now?
No, I will tell you when I see it.
Okay.
Okay, it's on now. All right, thank
Okay.
you. Okay. So the first one is our team, from President Diana to Nilima. Then we have the representative of UNSCAP for Asia Pacific. I will take part of the main representative, and Mom Luong Priyapan was the past main representative. Professor Herlin, and Lisa Fong and Jularat Herlin is now Regional Coordinator of Asia Pacific. And Lisa Fong was past President of Hong Kong, BPW Hong Kong. And Jularat or Tai Ting was the VP UN of the last term. So this is our group. Next, please. Okay, first of all, in 31st of January, we have a pleasure to welcome Dr. Herlin to Bangkok, and we managed to make appointment with UN Women and introduce her to the UN Women that posted in Thailand. Many of us went together, also some committee members from BPW Thailand Federation as well. And then we had first Zoom meeting of our team on 19th of February. Okay, next, please. Okay, then we have the 12th Asia Pacific Forum on Sustainable Development, or in brief, it will be APFSD, which was a very active and fruitful meetings. Next, please. Okay, from 4 to 6 March, we have CRVS meeting at the UNSCAP Bangkok. On the 6th, the UNSCAP Bangkok recognized International Women's Day. They commemorate that for all women and girl equality, rights, and empowerment. And on March 8th, 3 of the Thai BPW received Outstanding Women Awards on international level from the government. Next, please. Okay, from 21st to 25th April, we have 81st session of the commission at UNSCAP Bangkok. The theme was Shaping the Future of the Asia Pacific region. And quite a few of us attended, including VP Nilima as well. Yes, thank you. Next, please. Okay, on 25th to 26th April, we had UN Congo meeting at Siam University. And I have a pleasure to meet Cyril. He's very sharp and he's 80 something, but he's still very sharp and very active. And we are impressed with him. And that was a very fruitful Congo meeting as well. Next, please. Okay. So these are the details of the Congo meeting. And Lisa Fong was the speaker from BPW International for that meeting. Did good job, yes. Next, please. Okay, these are the upcoming session. I won't go through the whole list, but there are quite a few interesting topics, which I urge all the members of UNSCAP Asia Pacific to attend as much as they can. Okay, next, please. Okay, so thank you, and that's conclude my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nurudi. Next, I would like to invite our, Patricia Maya, who is our regional, representative for Latin America.
Ladies, good morning from Chile. Can you hear me?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay. This is our presentation with Rosemary. Rosemary and I have been attending meetings online. She is located in Calbuco, in the southern part of Chile, and I'm here up north in Calama, so the second region. So we are not both located in Santiago, which is the headquarters of UNICLAC in Chile. Okay. UNICLAC, as you know, is one of the 5 regional commissions of the United States, of the United Nations, I'm sorry, of the United Nations, and it's located in Santiago. The main purpose is contributing for the economic development of the region. But there are other subjects that they are working on it, like gender rights, like in natural resources, development of the region. And we, Rosemary and I, we are focused as the main advocacy of the BPW. We try to attend as much as possible for the gender affairs, women and girls' rights, social development, and 2030 agenda. Okay. I'll check the next one. Just a minute. Okay. So far we have attended online to these meetings. One was in preparation for CSW 69. The other ones are for the Beijing Plus 30. And the other conference meetings were for women as related to the very important meeting which will be held in Mexico in August, okay? So next one, in preparation for that in Mexico City. Next one, please. Okay, this coming June, there is one important meeting which is about social development. And this one is the most important meeting of the year, which will be held in Mexico City. It's about women in Latin America and the Caribbean. That conference will be focused on many subjects for those days, which is very important. And hopefully we will try to check if it's possible to attend online for some of the meetings. And maybe we can contact someone in Mexico City. So from one of our sisters located there, so it's possible for them to attend. Okay, but because it's a very important meeting of the year. And this one is our team, Rosemary. She's from BPW Calbuco, and here from BPW Buenos Aires, but I'm at this moment in Chile, up north. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next, I would like to request our representative Carmen, who is from our ECOSOC, regional representative for West Asia. Carmen, you there? Okay. If Carmen is not there, then we have our representative from Africa, Ethiopia, Lilina. Can you please? Okay, she wants me. The floor is yours. I'll open the slide for you. Lilina, the floor is yours. Or Hadia, whoever is presenting, please, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes,
Thank
we
you,
hear.
Nelma. Hello?
We can hear you, Lalina.
Okay. Thank you, Nelma. I'm Lilina Theodros from Ethiopia, Africa. Hello?
Yes, we hear you well.
Okay. I'm Lilina Theodros from Ethiopia, Africa, young BPW representative. I'll be presenting about understanding the UNECA. The UNECA stands for the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa. Its headquarters is located in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Its regional focus is 54 African countries, and its mandate is to promote inclusive and sustainable economic development, regional integration, and international cooperation. It's one of the UN regional commission under the United Nations Economic and Social Council. Next. So its key focus areas are economic development, like policy research and fiscal advice. And the other one is social development, like gender equality, youth employment. The third one is climate and resources, like climate resilience and sustainability. The other one is tech and innovation, like digital transformation and STI policy. And the last one is the regional integration with like African continental free trade area and implementation support. So the UNEC is the UN regional think tank for Africa, headquartered in Addis Ababa. It supports economic growth, sustainability, and gender equality across the continent. It works with on the African African continental free trade area, like digital inclusion and women's economic empowerment. Makes it allies with BPW's advocacy. So the UNECA programs for women and business programs are Take African Women program, TAW, that empowers women-led tech startups in Africa, and capacity building workshops. They organize skill training in export, digital, and eco-friendly business. It also collaborates with Commonwealth Business Women Africa, closing the digital gender gap. Lastly, it gives trade support, promotes gender responsive trade in Africa Continental Free Trade Area Framework. We stated opportunities for collaborations with BPW, like joint training programs on digital skills, leadership, and entrepreneurship. Policy advocacy, promote inclusive economic policies and gender parity. Research data, joint studies on women's economic participation, networking events that facilitate learning and experience sharing, mentorship, connecting experienced women leaders with new entrepreneurs. So partnerships with BPW opportunities, like African Union, joint programs and policy platforms, UN agencies, UNDP, UN Women, UNCTAD collaborations. It also partnerships with civil society, inclusive dialogue advocacy, and BPW connections are that engage in ECA forums, align with women's economic empowerment programs, and leverage data and research for advocacy. And thank you.
Thank you so much. We have a young voice on the floor today. And next, I would like to request Mary Claude, who's our main representative at the UNESCO. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Nalima. Do you want to share my? Do you want to show my the PPT I prepared for Malta, so I can go quickly? I can't hear you.
Just a second.
Okay.
Marie-Claude, you may want to get underway as Nalima opens that up.
Okay, merci. Okay, so this is the headquarters of UNESCO, but this is the entrance of Ségur. So what is UNESCO? As you know, it's the first thematic agency specialized on education, science, culture, and communication, which was created after the United Nations. It was also first mission was to promote peace through international cooperation in education, science, culture, and communication, and to promote peace through this dialogue and elevate peace in the minds of men at the time. But since the last anniversary, 75th anniversary of the UN, they included women at last. So our mission at UNESCO, of course, is advocate for women's empowerment, gender equality, and education. And we are in consultative status, and we might want at some point to be in associative status, but this is to see for the future. So gender equality is one of the priorities of UNESCO, with also youth and Africa. So I'm very happy to have listened to the previous speaker, because I did not know all of this, and I think we have to work together and contribute, because the last session for education and gender equality took place in Addis Ababa, and I didn't find anyone. Next, please. So this is very important. Our strategy at UNESCO is either in a multilateral coalition or bilateral mode with the Secretariat. So I want you to understand that I need your project. We need your project at UNESCO, because we are a member of the platform, UNESCO UNICEF platform and coalition for gender equality in and through education, which was launched at the last TES summit at the UN. So please, if you can register your projects regarding this thematic, please get back to me. And it's nice if you should also register it on the BPW International. We are also a member of the advocacy group, and this is also very important. So if you want to contribute to it, please get back to us at UNESCO. We are also a member of the UNESCO World Water Assessment Program, and there will be the celebration of the hydrology program and also water assessment program for water at UNESCO very soon. There will be a side event, and I will be there and participate. So the approach is not only bilateral and multilateral, but we also work collectively with other NGOs. And next, please. So the next, so this is the new team with Joanna, who apologizes because she couldn't come, she couldn't participate, and because she's on a flight. And you see Jenny is also a representative at UNESCO. I also wrote in the chat that I was the past chair of the ICNGO, which is the International Conference of NGOs, which is the equivalent of Congo for the UN. And this is a very strategic position, which helped me reinforce the visibility of BPW, because being the chair and the president of the liaison committee, I could also relay our strategy. And I recommended, because we had a group working on partnership, and I recommended the reinitiative of a thematic dialogue between member states and NGOs that was accepted twice. And this is very important, as somebody said, that we get connected to the member states and also by countries. We also work collectively. So with the peace, we are the co-organizer of the events on peace, celebration of peace and culture of peace. And this has been the case since 2012. And we're also part of the Voix des Filles, which is about the celebration of the rights of girls, and with other NGOs too. If you want to participate in any of these programs that we have, you are welcomed. I also wanted to say that the liaison committee, to which I was also elected twice, and I represented the CCNGO education group for Education 2030 in the coordination group. And this was a strategic position because I could relay our advocacy to the member state. Thank you very much, and please contribute to the next step. Thank you. Sorry.
Thank you, Mary Claude, and to all the
Try to be quick.
planning committee members. You can see what Mary Claude has been doing, and I think we need a lot of members who can actually help, amplify her work, because 3 people is not enough for her. We need more, and I think that way we can reach out all over the world. So if you're interested, just let us know, because we need people helping Mary Claude to make our work effective at UNESCO. And the next,
Yes,
I would like
thank
to...
you. Thank you for the event. Thank you.
I would like to invite Alison from Brazil, who is our UNIDO representative. The floor is yours.
Good morning, BPW sisters. I apologize for the closed camera. I have the honor of representation BPW at UNIDO. The United Nations Industrial Development Organization, UNIDO, operates in Brazil to foster inclusive and sustainable industrial development. Its actions aim to improve industrial competitiveness, promote energy efficiency and a renewable energy matrix, expand markets and technology transfer, and advance industrial decarbonization and the circular economy. UNIDO also focuses on innovation and digital transformation, including the application including the application of artificial intelligence. UNIDO's activities are strongly aligned with the Sustainable Development Goals of the 2030 Agenda, with a particular focus on SDG 9, industry, innovation, and infrastructure, promoting sustainable industrialization, modernizing infrastructure, and supporting research and innovation. SDG 7, affordable and clean energy, increasing the share of renewable energies and energy efficiency. SDG 20, responsible consumption and production, fostering waste management, reduction, recycling, and reuse, and encouraging socially and environmentally responsible practices. SDG 30, climate action, interacting climate measures into industrial pollutions and strengthening capacity for mitigation and adaptation. Through strategic partnerships, UNIDO contributes to industrial diversification, job creation, and investment attraction in Brazil, striving for a greener, more productive, and inclusive economy. Thank you.
Thank you, Alison. And next, I would like to invite our FAO representative, Christina. The floor is...
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. I ask Laura Pergolizzi to put better our PowerPoint, please. Laura? I'm sorry. We are also distributed around Italy, and Laura is not there sharing the PowerPoint, but I think just a few minutes. So as my friend and colleague Marie-Claude said, we probably have an experience to work with other NGOs in the past years. And from this, we learn very much about connecting. We had not very easy time to try to work with member states, but we hope in this new period to be better organized. Laura Pergolizzi, please share our small PowerPoint that because the time is running. I cannot do more than that. We had a very short PowerPoint, but I don't see it in the share. I'm sorry.
The system say
Laura,
to me,
please
system
share
say to me, it's not possible. The system say to me is I try to apply, but the system say to me that I can share.
Nelima, SOS.
Yes, we can see that you are trying to share, but then it's not coming on the screen. But if you want me to share your the PPT that you sent
You
me
can
before, I
put the
can.
slides and we will not speak. We just see the slide coming, so we will not be out of the time. And we will give you and all the sisters more information after the conference at FAO that is held from 28th of June until 4th of July. Thank you very much.
I am sharing this. Is this okay, or you want to
From
wait
the
for
beginning,
This
please.
is okay, okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Excuse me,
Okay.
but the system say to me that I can apply
Okay.
the provision.
Okay, Laura, let Nelima running the thing. It's okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, this is stuck over here.
Only the first.
Can you see the slides? The reason
Yes, there are
it's
only 6. There are only 6 slides.
the reason it's not been working. It's a PDF, and I was trying to do the next button. So here it is.
Okay, go. It's okay.
May I know who is presenting? Christina, you're supposed to present, or somebody else?
Yes, okay. This is we are there from 2007. I think you can go ahead with the next slide. At present, we have a Chinese director generally, and we are in the present mission of FAO, transforming food systems with active contribution of member states. And for all the resolutions that are not binding, FAO speaks and negotiates with governments, considered stakeholders, together with private sector, academy, and civil society. And in Rome, every 2 years is a conference. The next one is scheduled by the end of June. As you know, there are 2 years that NGOs were not invited at the FAO negotiations. We can, next, please. We are now present again by the new BPW executive, and we are a team where I am still the chair with past president Caterina Mazzella and Laura Pergolizzi that we are listening today. Next one. Until the COVID, we were together with other NGOs. In 2023, many of these teams were considered not relevant, and the civil society is now invited in cooperation with civil society and indigenous people mechanism. A new young forum is also active and will be convened during this conference at again. We have two proposals to promote awareness campaigns, to promote the organization of short webinars scheduled every 3 months, dedicated to key themes of agri-food and sustainability. And the idea is to open in a webinar format, coordinated by one member with a rotation logic. It could be a way for us to come together on a topic and be visible externally. Externally, we suppose, by the other federations, by promoting events as BPW International, not as a single federation. Next one. And here we are. We are the 3 new members. We were recently in Malta, and 2 of us were together with the UN system. Thank you very much, and sorry for the time.
Thank you so much, Christina, and to all the standing committee here as well. If anybody's interested with FAO, please, she's the one you need to reach out to. And next, I would like to invite our UNDGC, which was UNDPI before. It's about the global communication of UN. Tesmato, the floor is yours.
Sorry, I was trying to get my slides. How do I is it possible to share slides or no?
You should be able to share your slides using the share tool at the bottom of your screen if you're using a PC or laptop.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm just trying to find it because I was trying to share. Wait, where did you see? Oh, in the share sites. Okay, hold on. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
PowerPoint, here it is. Okay, can you see that or no? Is it coming up?
Yeah, is that a PowerPoint? Can you use presentation mode?
Presentation mode.
Yeah.
There, can you see it now?
That looks good.
Okay, hold on. Continue to share. Yes. Okay, so the UNDGC works completely virtual, and I'm not actually sure who else is on UNGC with me. Nalima, is there anybody else, or is it just me?
For now, just you. Then from standing committee, you'll have an entire army if you want.
Okay, so I didn't understand how that was. So what the UNDGC, and it has been reorganized a few times, and I don't know if everybody realizes, but the United Nations is going through a restructuring right now. Many of the agencies, I think they anticipate that within the next 2 to 3 years, they're going to cut the UN budget by at least 30%. And that is as a result of many of the countries not having enough funds to contribute to the funding of UN operations. So all the agencies are contemplating their locations. For instance, UN Women may no longer be headquartered in New York City. That is right now they're exploring 2 other countries where they're going to relocate most of their staff, just as they're trying to reduce the operating cost of all the agencies. So as such, DPI has traditionally always been very much extended. It's just a communication platform, and what they're responsible for doing is telling everything about the UN, and they use it across different of their platforms. So they have campaign and country operations, and then they have the press conferences, which is virtual. As you can see, since COVID, on the bottom right corner, it's just he's a press secretary, and then all of the different people who write on the UN are online getting the information. The second piece is these are the priority areas, which is getting the news out. So anytime there's any headline news, then they go ahead and they do the press releases, as well as doing these big press conferences. And what they're trying to do is highlight very specific issues in which they think they can garner greater support. So where the NGOs come into play is civil society, but as everyone is familiar, the priority of the UN is through the government public sectors. So where we fall in is engaging the public. So out of all of these 6 points, the priorities is one is how does organizations like us who engage women, can get the information out. So I'm supposed to take the information that they issue and distribute it throughout our networks. And here are some of the outreach activities that they've had. A lot of this again has fallen into their responsibilities within the last couple years, so they're not very well organized. Again, where we fall into is the fourth bullet point under civil society. And if there's anybody who has any questions, please feel free to reach out. But I think just wanted to summarize that. That's it.
Thank you so much, Desmeto. My point in the beginning was that we have 30 standing committee members who would love to work with you, and if they're interested, if you want them, you can have them. That's what I meant. But your work is
Thank
easier.
you.
Okay. So the next, I would like to give the floor to our OAS representative who's present here.
Good morning, thank you. And I apologize if my voice goes in and out. I'm recovering from COVID, so I'm working on that. My name is Barbara Bozeman. I am the national president for USA. I'm also the OAS representative. OAS, as I'm sure you know, stands for the Organization of American States. I do not have slides. This will just be a brief presentation. OAS is the oldest regional organization in the world, founded in 1948. It brings together 34 independent states of the Western Hemisphere, stretching from Canada to Chile. The integrated framework of OAS mirrors BPW's global priorities of women in leadership, access to education, economic empowerment, and peace. BPW International is a recognized CSO within the OAS, and of course, this grants us the ability to submit written statements, participate in the CSO dialogues and summits of the Americas, engage with OAS working groups and consultations, and it allows us to propose partnerships and programming that align within the OAS agenda. As a CSO, of course, we are positioned to speak, influence, and act. The more we engage, the more we are heard. This is a pivotal moment for OAS. In March of 2020 of this year, Albert Ramdin from Suriname was, elected as the new Secretary General. He took office on the 25th of this month, becoming the first Caribbean national to hold the organization's top leadership position. Even more historic and I think significant for us as an organization, Laura Gill of Colombia was elected the Assistant Secretary General, becoming the first woman to serve in that role. Her term begins on 17 July, and their leadership definitely is going to bring new energy and opens fresh opportunities for civil society engagement, including our own. So where are we and where are we going here? In the international spaces like OAS, visibility and participation are not symbolic, they're strategic. And when we are in the room, we build relationships and we contribute to the conversation, and we remind the decision makers that the advancement of women is essential in regional progress. The fortunes of the OAS, and I will put the website in the chat after I'm done, is that visibility and participation are not just symbolic, they're strategic. When we're in the room, we can build those relationships. And OAS offers not only in-person, but virtual and web TV abilities to follow the proceedings. And we can take advantage of those tools. But the real engagement, as we all know, happens between the sessions in the hallways, in the side events, and through informal diplomacy that can't be replicated on that online. This is why in-person representation is so valuable, not just within the OAS, but all of the activities we do within this framework. And to that end, I think that we all understand we are challenged by the costs of travel and lodging And expecting individual representatives to absorb those costs limits our ability to sustain a presence that matches our potential. To that end, I hope that we will continue to look at ramping up our engagement by strategically determining how we can finance in-person participation. It is so significant, and it really does need to be a focal point of our working group. This concludes my presentation regarding the OAS at this time. I am one of the representatives. Also, I am joined by Kathleen Ray, also of USA. And we are looking to expand our working team to include at least one member from each of the 34 member states where BPW is already represented, so we can have people on the ground in as many places as possible. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you for raising the major question that was about funding. We want our reps to attend, but then we can't support, and that has been my major, major problem this time. And there are ways that I'm finding a way to fundraise. The book that you buy, the book to 42nd Street, I have already got approval from our president that the $10 will go to our UN fund, so that whenever our UN events, people are attending it, we can support somewhere or find other ways in the future as well. And this is where I want the standing committee to work to figure it out, because there are ways in our constitution where we are allowed to get donations, and there are other ways to get funding. So we will work on that, so that next time you don't have to attend online, that you can present a BPW, because women needs to be presented at all the places where men are covering the halls with. So next, I would like to request our regional coordinators, representatives. We have 5 regional representatives who have taken up the entire burden of getting things done in the 5 regions. And I would like to start with our Asia Pacific, Siobhan, and to everyone in this floor who are UN representatives, to reach out to the countries. They are the focal person that you need to get hold of, so that you can present in the events or webinars as well. Siobhan, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Nalima. One moment, sorry, okay. Welcome, sisters, to the Asia Pacific. I'm your Asia Pacific UN representative, Siobhan Dilly. As we say in Te Reo Māori, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. The largest and most widespread region in terms of geography, and with a richly diverse peoples. And this is embodied by the artwork you can see on the slide, commissioned by our regional coordinator, Dr. Herlin Chen, which symbolizes peace, potential, vitality, wisdom, and sustainability, reflecting inclusivity and celebrating respect across diverse Asia-Pacific cultures. In Asia-Pacific, we are present in 17 different countries in 27 countries with 17 federations and 10 affiliates. Presently, we have 9 country UN representatives, only 1/3. So we have a big job underway to build that number up and support countries in the UN engagement. My strategy for this triennium is framed under the Asia-Pacific 3D initiatives: democracy, dialogue, and direction. The 3Ds were developed by Dr. Herlin to provide a framework for our work in Asia-Pacific for this triennium. On the slide, you can see the strategic items, and I'm going to talk briefly about the actions that will come under each of them. So for democracy, we're looking at representatives from every federation and affiliate. We want to have that input from representatives from countries and know what do they want to achieve in the role, what areas do they want to develop in terms of the UN engagement. We're seeking UN representation and engagement at UN and BPW international events for Asia Pacific. Under dialogue, we're supporting federations and affiliates to feed through the challenges and opportunities for women in their countries. So sharing of stories and evidence from a diverse group, reporting on new BPW international policy back at the national level, and seeing the actions undertaken in local context. And then gathering of NGO and allyship connections within the Asia Pacific region. Thirdly, we have direction, driving the development of BPW engagement with the UN and seeking to do that by supporting federations to get ECOSOC status, offering training sessions about the UN system, events and the SDGs. And part of that is promoting the book A Bus to 42nd Street. So Nalima, I hope you're bringing a lot of copies to the Malaysia Asia Pacific Regional Conference, and regular reporting and communication with the regional coordinator BPUN, and finally supporting young BPW Asia Pacific members in UN activities. So we need to keep in mind that we are a sixth of the way through this triennium, which is a terrifying thought, isn't it? One action well underway for my role as Asia Pacific UN representative is supporting clubs towards accreditation with the UN Economic and Social Council. Over 6,400 NGOs have active consultative status, and that includes our International Federation and 4 BPW country federations. Consultative status is critical to enhancing our ability to actively participate in UN processes and contribute to policy development. It means more of us on the ground to share our collective voice and collaborate with the UN in addressing global issues, not just through the International Federation, but directly as federations, country federations. Through this initiative of supporting countries to obtain ECOSOC status, our aim is to support federations and affiliates to work towards the June 2026 deadline. A big thank you to Carol Shaw from BPW Australia, who is so generous with her time and expertise for this initiative. We will be holding our next session, our next meeting online in late June, and an invite will be shared shortly. We have 14 countries who have signed up indicating their interest in working towards accreditation. We've started a WhatsApp group and we are sharing the recording from the 24th April webinar via that group. And it should be posted by the President's Office on YouTube soon. So we want to keep working together and move along as a cohort. And we'll make sure meetings keep getting recorded and are accessible after the fact. And we might include some drafting sessions in there. It's quite a ride. I know I've been working on New Zealand's submission for tomorrow. Thank you, sisters.
Thank you, Siobhan. And I want to thank Siobhan and Carol Shaw for all the hard work you have done, because the deadline for to apply for the ECOSOC status is the end of this month. And next, I would like to request our European regional representative, Moira, would like to share something, please. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Nalima. Good afternoon, ladies, or whatever time it is where you are. Siobhan covered quite a bit of the idea behind the role, which is, from my point of view, is very new, and we're trying to find our way with it. But progress to date in Europe is that I have 15 federations or countries that have responded with representatives, but I have 20 outstanding, some small countries, but I'm working on it. My strategy is to go back to the presidents again directly. I chose not to do that coming up to the European Congress in the last month or so, because that was taking up everybody's time. So I'm really happy with the engagement from the people who have joined the group, and I'm really looking forward to having at least one representative from every country. Now, so far I've been sharing information regarding events, and I need to learn a good deal more myself so that I end up sharing the right events and making sure they reach the right people. So there's lots of learnings for me and for the team. Now, I say here that I hope to add value to the work already being done, because there's quite a bit of work been undertaken, and my sense has always been that the wider membership do not know about that. So I'm hoping that I can add value at that level, that I can streamline and develop good lines of communication, particularly with the UN representatives, and definitely to add value. I've given you my contact details there, but so far my plan really is to get my team in place to make sure all of this good work reaches the people that it should. So thanks very much, ladies.
Thank you so much, Moira, and to all the people, if you are wondering why, your country is not being aware of the events or the news, then you can see the slide that I have presented, the regional ones. You can write to them and say that, what are you doing? Are you sleeping? Time to wake up. Okay, so because, we can't wait forever for people to wake up. That's why it's important that the regional code representatives are the heart of this UN team, because they are the one who will be reaching out to the members. We don't want it to be, all about UN reps. It is all about BPW members. So the members are who, the regional representatives are in touch with. So the next is Maria, Christina, and Natasha. If you are in the floor is yours. Maria is from Africa. You there? Christina from Latin America. And Natasha from North America. I didn't see them, so if you are there, it's okay. If you're not, please, I don't think somebody please tell them to attend, because they are the one responsible people for the reason. Next, I would like to invite Camila. As you know, that she's the one who's taking care of our social media. And why it is important that we post, we use the hashtag, we give the information to the, communication person, is what she will present now. And the floor is yours, Camila, please.
Thank you, Nelima, for this opportunity. Hello, everyone. I'm Camila de Moura, currently supporting BPW International with our social media and website content. I'm honored to be part of this important mission and excited to share how we are building visibility and for the incredible work done by our UN representatives. Let me share. Just a moment. Okay. So what I manage, BPW International's official, oh my God, social media, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, content updates on the BPW International website, design and publication of announcement events, and alignment with the BPW triennial Innovate, Empower, Transform. Together we shape a sustainable future. Lily, my internet, I think it's not okay. Are you
we can see it, but you can explain, because you can send the slides later on.
Sorry. So on this triennial, we have 4 pillars: inform, educate, inspire, and engage. I would like to invite each of you to reflect on these pillars and to create content based on them. You can support this mission by contributing with static posts, carousels, short videos for viewers. any creative ideas that will enrich our social media presence and strengthen our global connection. Please remember to tag and mention BPW International when you post on your own social media channels, because it helps us to share. Yeah, it's easy for us. But we have some communication gap. For example, long reports are often sent without a summary, and it's hard to condense three or 4 pages of content into short, engaging posts. Oh my God, what happened? Delays or mission can happen when information clear or ready for publishing, and some representatives feel their work is not being recognized online. So to ensure your content is published promptly, send shorter versions of your reports or key highlights, for example, with a paragraph, image, send email to me. This is my email, and CC Nelima, our president, and the president's office too. And use subject lines like for website or for social media to help us filter content quickly. Here we have some content for UN team and on Instagram, and here on Facebook. We have an album on Facebook. And I'd like to, before I close, I'd like to congratulate the entire UN team for their incredible commitment and ongoing work. It's truly inspiring to see how dedicated you all are in representing BPW at such a high level. A special mention to Nelima. Your leadership is clearly reflected in your team's strong presence on Facebook and Instagram. The content being shared is relevant, engaging, and aligned with our global mission. Your efforts are helping us amplify the voice of BPW around the world. And a final message that communication is the soul of a global organization. Through it, we share our sense, continue the legacy of Lena, Metz, and Phillips, and inspire the next generation. Let's inspire, innovate, empower, and transform. Together, we are shaping a sustainable future. Thank you all.
Thank you, Camila. And now all the UN reps who presented today know where to send your report, so you know that your hard work is not not presented internationally. So as we are done almost with all the main UN reps, UN offices today, the next meeting will be about learning from what our standing committee members want to do. It will be focused on our 30 standing committee members and expert group, because this, I wanted all the UN representatives to be present here today so that our members do understand what they are doing, so they can connect themselves where they need to align, or what they need to do, so that the work that you are doing are implemented in the grassroots level as well. And one of the things I would like to give floor to Joseni from Malta is about the high-level political forum that's happening next month. It's in July, and there are around 7 members who are attending. And this is something that I would suggest that we look forward to, because we go to all women conference, but when it comes to conference filled of men, we are not there. So we need to make space there as well. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Nalima, and I look forward also to having a copy of the presentations, if that's possible. So we'll also keep in touch with each other. Thank you all for the lovely presentations and for the work done. I'm a new BPW member, so I'm also figuring my way out, but it's great to have people who would help in this. I'm helping on the Sustainable Development Goals. So I attended the Geneva European Regional Conference, which was nice to meet Nalima and some other members. We spoke about certain SDGs, including life underwater and also other aspects and also the health aspect. And I emphasized also a lot the aspect of having mental health on top of the agenda and assessing how also we have a gap when it comes to medical data and medical research when it comes to women. And that's why there's biases also in medicine development. But also we need to assess the impact of technology and digitalization on the mental health. And it's an aspect which I look forward to continue also raising at New York. I'll be attending there along with some members. I look forward to that in July. So any one of you who has any contacts, any ideas, any information, will be tackling particular SDGs. If you'll go online and you'll Google search UN and HLPF, I can post the link here soon too. You'll have a better idea of the SDGs we'll be reviewing and the program there. So any informations, any contacts which you can facilitate, you think can facilitate the work of myself along with other BPW members who will be there in New York in July, not next month, in 2 months' time. It would really, really be appreciated.
Yeah.
And one last comment, Nalima. Let's not forget that we speak a lot on SDGs and the sustainability agenda, but we're far behind. So something which I became much more aware in Geneva is how much we need to work, all of us, because the SDG targets, we're lacking behind in general internationally. So it's important that we really work together as BPW to also push our governments, our companies, our civil society to work towards achieving higher targets in the SDGs.
Thank you so much. This is where I wanted our next speaker to speak about. She's our standing committee chair of project, because whatever we talk about needs to be implemented, and that's where it needs to be registered by our members. And Inka from Nigeria is our standing committee chair of project, and she will tell us how it's going on, so that whatever we present does have a record, that we have proof that that's been implemented by BPW, not just fancy words, but we are doing the hard work as well. Inka, the floor is yours.
Hello, sisters. This is Yinka Jibola, BPW Nigeria, and I'm the chair of the Standing Committee of Projects. The project team has a lot of responsibility. In fact, we feel intimidated by the extent of the responsibility that we have. Our intention is to find a way for BPW all over the globe to take advantage of being in the international organization, to know what is happening all around, and then they can share experiences, and in whatever projects, learn new things concerning the projects they will be doing. So what we intend to do very shortly is to relate to all the regional coordinators so that we can know the projects that are going on and see how we can, put them together, work with them, learn from them, and get resources that would, support the projects. Another important thing we intend to do is to make the information of various projects available, and we'll be working a lot with the task force, which is already doing that. Then we also see there is a lot of opportunity for twinning between affiliates. And the only way you can twin, effectively is to know what people are doing. So very soon we will be putting a lot of things out. Settling down into the function it's taking some time, but in the next couple of months, we will be seeing a lot of reports. Thank you, Nelima.
Thank you, Inka. And one of the things about reports is when we have to register online in our website, there are certain SDGs we have to take, and that gives us a report about what are the SDGs that BPW is working on, and that is the report we submit to all the agencies that we are part of. I was able to submit at the Congo Regional Conference, and they were surprised that so many projects under so many SDG are being done, while other NGOs were doing 2 or 3 projects, and that's where we, but that's where they appreciate us for the hard work that we do globally. And that's what we say is that we do have the hard work, we have to make the report, we have to have the research papers, we have to have everything that is evidence-based, not just fancy words here and there, and then you just get out of it. That's what I say is, Inka, many people have reached out and, they will be registering. It doesn't have to be a big $1 million project. That's what I say. It can be small initiative, but that can, inspire somebody somewhere else. So this is the entire UN reps that you have met today, who are responsible for, getting things done at the UN level. And then we have the expert team and the standing committee members. The floor is open to everyone. If you want any information or how you want to work in future as a standing committee member, the floor is yours. Just raise your hand. And if I have missed out on anyone, any UN reps, about your report, please let me know. There were too many I might have missed out, in between. So please raise your hand if you have any questions to our UN representatives. Desmato, the floor is yours. And then Josaini from Malta.